Starting three-phase induction motor. Okay, induction motor is fundamentally a transformer. Okay, same as this working principle of induction motor, same as transformer. Okay, the stator of the transformer, stator of the induction machine is considered a transformer primary winding, and induction machine, the rotor is considered as a secondary winding of the transformer. Okay, in induction machine, secondary winding is short circuited by using end rings. Okay, that's why it is called as a short circuited winding of transformer. Secondary side is a short circuit. Transformer is equivalent to induction machine. Okay, induction motor is a fundamentally a transformer in which the stator is the primary. Okay, stator is the primary and the rotor is a short circuited secondary. Induction machine rotor is short circuited by end rings. Am I right or not? In slip rings, the secondary winding is short circuited by using external resistance. Okay, external resistance in a slip ring induction motor. Okay, by using slip rings. Okay. So at starting, the voltage induced in the induction motor is maximum. At starting, EMF induced in the rotor of an induction machine is maximum. At starting, so what is the slip? Slip is equal to ns minus nr by ns. So at starting condition, the rotor speed is equal to 0. The rotor is not rotating immediately. Am I right or not? The rotor is not rotating immediately because of inertia. Okay, the rotor having some inertia because of that. The rotor is not rotating immediately. Okay, that's why they are starting. The rotor of the speed of the rotor is equal to 0, and then slip is equal to ns minus nr by ns. Then ns by ns, that is called 1. Slip is equal to 1 at starting. That means the relative speed between the stator rotating magnetic field, okay, stator rotating magnetic field and the rotor is maximum. That's why the maximum EMF induced in the rotor at starting. At starting, the voltage induced in the induction motor is maximum. That is called EMF induced in the rotor. E2 dash is equal to S times of E2, no? S times of E2. If S is equal to 1 means that E2 dash is equal to E2. That means maximum EMF induced in the rotor because of there is a relative speed between the stator rotating magnetic field and the rotor is more. It's clear. So that's why at starting the EMF induced in the rotor of induction motor is maximum. Since the rotor impedance is low, okay, at starting, so you know well what is the load equation of induction machine? What is the load? RL is equal to, okay, RL is equal to R2 into 1 by S minus 1. RL is equal to R2 into 1 by S minus 1. The slip is equal to 1 means RL is equal to R2 into 1 minus 1, 0. RL is equal to 0. Okay, that is load resistance is 0. Okay, there's the remaining resistance is called R2 plus J into S into X2. Here S is equal to 1. Then the rotor impedance is nothing but R2 plus J into X2 only. Z2 is equal to R2 plus J into X2. Okay, so that's why the rotor impedance is low. Understood? So only the winding resistance and leakage reactance is that's called X2 only. Consider at starting of induction machine. Okay, the rotor impedance is low, then the rotor current excessively large. Why means impedance is low. I is equal to, you know, well, I2 is equal to E2 divided by under of R2 square plus X2 square. That is nothing but I2 is equal to E2 by Z2. If impedance is less, that means I2, that is called rotor current is Zina. If impedance, the rotor impedance that is called Z2 is very, very less. Okay, then current is increases. So that's why the rotor current is excessively large at the time of starting of induction. Okay, this large rotor current is reflected in the stator. You know well, according to the transformer, I1 is proportional to I2. I2 is proportional to I1. Okay, if the load current is increases, the primary current is also increases. I1 is proportional to I2. Secondary side of the transformer, the load is increasing means the primary current is increasing. Same way here also, if the rotor current is increases, that means stator current is also increases. Okay, because of at time of starting, the rotor resistance is less. Okay, rotor impedance is less because of the I is equal to V by Z. I is equal to E2, Y2 is equal to E2 by Z2. If Z2 is less, I2 is become high. This rotor current is high. Then I1 is proportional to the I2. Then the I1 is called stator current. Stator current is proportional to the rotor current. Okay, because of that the current is increases. Stator current is increases because of the transformer action. This results in high current, high starting current, 4 to 10 times of the full load current. Starting current is equal to 4 to 10 times of the full load current because of this. Okay. In the stator at low power factor, induction machine is the operating power factor is very, very less. Power is equal to VI cos pi. Am I right? Cos pi and current are inversely proportional. Cos pi is less, current is high. I is inversely proportional to cos pi. No? I is inversely proportional to cos pi. So then current is the stator power factor is less, then current drawn from the supply is increases. Okay, and consequently the value of starting torque is low. Because of that, starting torque of the induction machine is low. Because the short duration, the value of large current does not harm the motor if the motor is accelerated normally. So this large current is duration is only small at the time of starting only. So this large current present in the rotor and stator winding of the induction machine. Understood? So it is not harmful to the induction machine because of it's only at time of starting. Okay, under running conditions, this much of current is not present in motor. Only starting condition. However, the large starting current will produce a large line voltage drop. This large starting current will produce a large line voltage drop. Okay, this will adversely affect the operation of other electrical equipments connected to the same lines. Okay, because of this, some other electrical equipments are connected to the same lines. There may be a disturbance in other electrical equipments. For example, in your home, okay, so one of the load that's called induction machine. Okay, if you turn on the induction machine, okay, what happen? Another loads that is called TB, okay, tube light and fans. Okay, there may be some disturbance in other devices. So if you are observed or not, if you turn on this type of induction machines in your home, there is maybe a little what is called in tube light. There is some small blinking of the light. If you are suddenly turn on this type of loads in your home, there may be a blinking of the light. Okay. So because of this disturbance, because of the large current flowing to the induction machine, because of that, so there is a small blinking of the tube light, and also small changes in the TVs. Okay. So that means because of this load, okay, large starting current will flowing through the. So large starting current will produce a large line voltage drop. Okay. This will adversely affect the operation of other electrical equipments connected to the same lines. Okay. So therefore, it is desirable and necessary to reduce the magnitude of stator current at starting. Okay, the magnitude of stator current at starting, and several methods are available for this purpose. Okay, understood.